Hello and welcome back to Jacqueline Marie's Art. Black women, this is for you. This is actually the title of this video. So in the last few years, or I should say in recent years, there have been like a lot of animosity between the black man and the black woman. I touch on this issue in another video, but this video is specifically addressing this issue. And we're going to get to the bottom of what is really behind this issue, the cancer that needs to be fixed that has led to this issue, led to this animosity, led to all this hatred from the men towards from the black men towards the black women. Because if you notice nowadays, everybody have noticed this, everybody is like talking on it. Like, let's say people from other races, people from groups that you would never even think would notice these things are noticing it. So it's very prevalent, it's widespread, it's been echoed in media over and over again, with the men saying, I don't want you, I don't like you, I can't stand you, we love women of other races, we hate you. So basically that's what, we're hearing. It's like, and a lot of women also in the black community have been hurt, by this. So let's address this. Let's talk about this issue, because there's a lot of talk about this issue, but I'm not sure if anyone really knows what the root cause, of this issue is, like what's really behind it. Okay, so on this channel, we address the issue of why sex before marriage is detrimental to, to a person in many important aspects of their lives. All right, so this video is no different. So black women, the reason why this has occurred between you and the black men is simply because all of the living together, this is not everyone now, I'm just saying, but this is very prevalent in the black community. All of the living together over and over for years on top of years, without any marriage commitment, having children out of wedlock, becoming what they coin as a baby mama, which is actually a very derogatory term, because the correct term is wife. All right, so shout out to anybody who's a baby mama. This is not to bash anyone. This is just to, explain where all of this is detrimental to you, the guy involved, and also the children. All right. So this is what is behind all of this. Not holding these men responsible, not making them become husbands. You understand? A lot of men nowadays, they don't have to do anything, to be with a woman, to be with some women, just showing up, and the next day, like, let's say we see each other. Oh, he's hot. Oh, she's hot, and, you get together, and like by the second day, sometimes, you're having sex with this guy. So the very valuable thing that men had to work for or be married to get, they're now getting it with so much ease, so much, putting in absolutely no work, no commitment, nothing to you. So since this is so prevalent in the black community, the men have become accustomed to this way of life where they just get women easily. They don't have to marry. The women don't make them marry, because all the easy sex, or they get to. So let me structure this a little better. Okay, a lot of women are dressed very scantily nowadays. The men could see everything that you have. Everything is on display. Don't get me wrong, it looks absolutely beautiful, but it's not leading you to a beautiful life. It's actually leading you in the opposite direction. It's leading you in a direction that you don't want to go in, and it's getting you results that you don't want, even though it feels good. You see what I mean? It feels good to dress scantily clad, but it doesn't get you the desired outcome that you're really looking for. It feels good to see a guy you like and jump into bed with him, in the first week, but it doesn't lead you to that loving, committed relationship that you're looking for. So you see how all of this leads you away from what you truly desire, which is real commitment, a guy that's yours, and one who's dedicated to you. And if you desire to be married, right? So this is why all of this has been going on. So this is why the men have come subconsciously, I guess, to hate you all and to see you all as, I don't want to say a scourge, but this is how they're behaving. So this is what's behind it. Keep in mind, everything is spiritual, and this is the spirit that is behind, this disgust or the bad behavior, the bad treatment. So a lot of men nowadays, women, take care of them, give them money, have them move into their apartment. The guy is not working. The guy could be possibly a deadbeat of whatever the world considers a deadbeat, and he's getting everything from the woman. He is getting sex, he's getting help, he gets to drive your car, he gets to move into your apartment. Because keep in mind, a lot of men nowadays are not helping you women at all. Certain women, they will do absolutely nothing for you, but the woman will do everything for them. So with this kind of easy setup, guys just, they're not motivated to do anything for you. They're not motivated to value you. They're not motivated to take care of you. They're not motivated to have a structured family setting with you. So basically, what I'm saying is, ladies, this all starts with you. You have to stop giving these guys the sex. It has to stop. This is how you take back your power. Because when you have sex out of marriage with a man you're not married to, you run the risk. It doesn't always happen, but there's a high propensity. You run the risk of a power exchange where he's now in charge. You're at his mercy. You're hoping that he will call. You're hoping that he will want to be with you, and it just becomes on his terms. So a lot of guys, when this happens, sometimes they don't want you. They'll just, call you up when they need sex. And since you had sex with him, you're hooked. So you will go and do this over and over again and get hooked some more, and then fall into the cycle of abuse. So this is why the men are so bitter towards you, black women, okay? It's because of the easy sex, the sex out of marriage, the living together with them for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, no commitment, just living together, or breaking up, going to a next man, repeating the same thing over and over, or a breakup, next man, same thing over and over. You have kids for this guy, that guy, this person, or even if you stay together, all your kids are from one guy. You never held him to the responsibility of being a husband. Keep in mind, this is something that God has set up for your protection, for you to get the full benefit of a relationship. All right, for the man to take his rightful role. When this is done in order, no sex before marriage. When this is done in order, something beautiful is birthed out of this. But since dishonors God and it leads to your happiness, the enemy, who is Satan, is going to do his best to try to get you to never get to this point. So how does that happen? He advertised a lot of sex out of marriage to us. We look at it in the music video. A lot of us are influenced by the hip hop culture, which only degenerates us on every level. It's dazzling. The music sounds good, but it is not for your benefit. Okay, this is all self-destruction. So this is why the men are behaving this way. They're not aware of it because nobody is really aware of the spiritual aspect of relationships and why this X, Y, and Z takes place. So this is why these men are behaving like that. They're getting everything. Okay, let me give an example. In the Bible, it says, do not spare the rod and spoil the child, right? Why did God say that? God knows that. He also says in the same Bible that the human heart is desperately wicked. So this is why he gave the example to do not spare the rod and spoil the child. Meaning that since the human heart is very wicked from we're born, it's bent in us to be bad rather than good. We have to train ourselves more so to be good. So it's not, what I'm saying is these men are spoiled. The same example could be used, don't spare the rod and spoil the child, meaning do not spoil the men and not let them live up to their responsibility. These men have been spoiled. So back to the don't spare the rod and spoil the child thing. Children who are spoiled, they don't treat their parents good. They don't appreciate anything that is done for them by a parent who has spoiled them. I've noticed time and time again, when a child has been spoiled by his parents, he usually hates the parents who spoil him. He treats them like complete crap. or he or she treats that parent like complete crap. They treat them so badly. They don't treat them good. They treat them awfully. This is the same thing. These men are spoiled by how you've made it easy for them to get something that God has set at a very high bar, something that's valuable, that you have to put work in to get. It has been given very easily, so they are spoiled. And for that, like the child that hates the parents when he's spoiled, for that spoiling of these men, they hate you. In return, what you think would make them love you cause them to hate you. They hate you for it. They hate you because you did not hold them to the standard which God has set, which is to make them marry you first before you give them any sex. Make them marry you first before you give them any children. Make them marry you first before you're shacking up with them, and make them get a job, a stable job. A lot of these guys are just hustling. They're not, the women take care of them. So you see how flipping things upside down on his head has worked against you. So oh, my throat is just hoarse this night. So by starting off, excuse me, this starts with the scantily clad clothing, right? This attracts men automatically because it's, men are visual. All right. So the scantily clad clothing you're wearing, you're thinking it's going to get you the man that you're looking for. Okay. You see the man, then it leads to the easy sex in a week. We're having sex. Then possibly we're shacking up together. A lot of the shacking up is done in your apartment. Like I said, these men are not doing anything for women. Not everybody, of course. They don't want to do anything for you. So more than likely they'll be shacking up with you. You're the one that's going to be left in the masculine role because they're not trying to do anything for you. They're just showing up to take from you because this is how they've been conditioned. Because keep in mind, they hate you. They don't like you based on this easy thing, the way that you have spoiled them, coddled them, do everything for them. Don't make them live up to their responsibility. They could not have a job and they get sex. All right. So this is the reason behind this behavior, this animosity, this, I hate black women. I hate them. This is what is behind it. I want to date other races. And keep in mind, if other races let them do the same thing that black women are letting them do, they'll hate them too. Because sex is for marriage with anybody, anywhere. They are not supposed to be getting this easy. It's not supposed to be easy. That word easy never leads to anywhere good, okay? So they're getting all of this from you. They're getting 10, 20 children out of you, all with no marriage, and being with you for 10, 20 years with no marriage. Some of them won't even call you their girlfriend. It's just a homie, or it's just I don't know, whatever. It's just my friend, or I don't know what term are they using nowadays. It's just gone so bad. So this is what's behind this, okay? This is why they are behaving this way. In return for making it easy, they hate you for it. Just like every child that you are spoiling, sparing the rod and spoiling, that child will hate you for it. Even though in your heart you love the child and you think you're doing the right thing, you really aren't, okay? You're really hurting yourself and the child. So this is the same thing. If you were letting these men live up to their responsibilities, not giving them any sex, because keep in mind, you would all be married. All right? So we're cheating ourselves out of marriages. We're treating ourselves out of stable relationships, our own husbands, financial security, everything that you're supposed to get. Marriage is designed to give you the full package. It's designed to give men the full package. So when you go the other route by walking around half naked, by giving up yourself easily, even if you're not walking around half naked and you're giving up yourself easily, these men will see no reason to marry you, because the very thing that they're supposed to marry for is the same thing you're giving them over and over and over, over and over and over, over and over, to whomever, whenever, wherever, right? And then, a baby pops out. They get all of this out of you with no real, what's the word I'm looking for? No real challenge, no real investment It is made hard for a reason. There is a God put that barrier there for a reason, for your protection, so that you as a woman could get the full package, so that you wouldn't have to be groveling at a man's feet. You wouldn't have to be begging. You would get what you need, a commitment. You would get financial security. You would get dedication. You would get taken care of. You get respected. You would get to become a lady. A lot of times nowadays, I see some black ladies outside, or girls, ladies, whomever, and they're with a man and they're half naked. And they do not look taken care of. It does not look like most of them I see with men. They look neglected, like the men are not taking care of them. The man is just there for his benefit. So when we throw off God's design for something, this is what happens. This spirit comes in, because keep in mind, the word of God says that the thief has come to kill, steal, and destroy. So if we're throwing away the good thing that God gave us and picking up what the thief has given us, we have just sold ourselves into, into some form of bondage that we don't want to be in, and then we're online where we're not sure why this is happening. We're confused, we're sad about it. Of course it's sad, because it is sad. Everybody thinks it's sad. It's horrible. But this is what's behind it, the constant giving birth to children out of wedlock. Almost everybody's born out of wedlock. It's very bad. The constant walking down the streets naked, the constant sleeping with men you're not married to, not making the man earn like a lot. Hold him up to a marriage. I know there's a lot of mistakes in this video, guys. I am so sorry. I'm just trying to get this message out. It's not even going to be edited. I'm just giving it to you raw like this, okay? So please don't hold the tongue ties I made against me, all right? So this is what's behind it, black women. This is what's behind the animosity with you and black men. So until you decide that I want better for myself, I'm not going to give myself to these men anymore. I'm going to make them marry me before they get me. If all the vagina is cut out of the whole equation, all these men who hate marriage, who don't want to be married, I don't need a husband, I don't need a wife, blah, 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 I'll never get married. They will all be married, okay? Because you women all the women of the planet are way too good looking to just be dogged out like this. You guys are gorgeous. You look nice. You dress nice. Everything about you looks nice. And in return, also, this wayward sexual lifestyle of just, constant out of wedlock shacking up sex leads you to a form of mental illness. It makes you a bitter, angry woman. All right? That's where that comes from. This is it. This is the foundation for that foolishness. So it leaves a lot of bad spirits with you. It leaves you bruised up emotionally and hurt. This also does the same for men. A lot of men are bitter towards women. They hate women. They don't want to marry women. They don't like women. They rather hang out with their friends. They just show up to use and abuse women for sex. This is where this is all coming from. So do you see how all this drives us apart? It doesn't bring us closer together. It actually makes the sexes enemies with each other. All right? So black women, this is for you, and this is the truth. This is where all these problems have been coming from. You have made it too easy for men. You don't make them marry you. You make them live with you forever. You make them give you babies over and over, and no marriage. You don't make them commit. You don't hold them to the high standards that they should be held towards. You don't make them get jobs. You make them have sex with you. They got nothing to offer. They're doing nothing for you. They're just useless in your life. They're just taking up space, using up your beauty, wasting your youth, wasting your old age, wasting your whole life. So this is it. All right? This is where it's coming from. All of that sex, free and easy sex out of marriage, is what's causing them to hate you. All right? And if you continue on, it will stay just like this. So you guys will have to decide to lock off that sex. This goes from any man. This is a waste of our time, waste of your time and energy and mental state, because this stuff leaves a lot of emotional wounds and scars on you as a person. This is a terrible road to go down. It's an ugly road. All right? And I'm sure deep down inside, most ladies, they probably gave up on marriage, but they would want marriage, but they can't get it because of this foolishness that's wedged in between, because we don't know any better. We don't know, what our actions are going to lead to, because everybody, I honestly believe that the media is the enemy of the people, because everything that's bad for you is what's poured out into the media. So we're all glued into the media. Have to find something else to glue into, something just better for you, because it's leading us down a dark path, all right? And we want better for ourselves. I want better for you. Whoever is going through this, I know there's a lot of ladies going through this because I see it every day. So this is what's behind that. This is I like to say, this is the spirit that's behind the hatred of black men towards you. All right. So try to make some changes where you no longer make stuff easy for men. All right. How do you do this? Stop giving them the sex. I know this is a conditioning that we've been used to. We all grew up in this fornication. We all grew up having sex out of marriage with men that we are not, we are not married to. But this is doing it the wrong way. You have to start doing it the right way. Stop having sex with these men. If you need help, pray and ask God for help. Ask Him to help you, because this isn't working for anybody. All right. All right. So black women, this is for you. There you have it. Anybody else that could use this information, as usual, I say this channel is not bashing a soul. Everybody, is just trying to find their happiness. And I totally get that. Even I'm trying to find happiness on certain levels. So that's it. All right. So take care until next time. See you. Bye.